Today for Fallout Friday, continuing in our pseudo-spooky month, we have Raul. Raul is one of the only ghoul models I have who is not painted at this point, so I decided to paint him up as our zombie reference for this month. He's going to be pretty simple. He has coveralls on, a bit of fleshed work, and his gun, and then some gun belts I'm going to do to add a bit of color to his overalls. So we're going to go ahead and start off as we usually do with flesh, and for ghouls I like to use a darker flesh. So I'm going to go ahead and use contrast Darkoath flesh, and that's just to give it a more darker burned look. Alright, let's see if I can stay in frame this session. I'm going to go pretty heavy because the ghoul flesh is very textured, as you would expect for something that's basically burned. Radiation scarring. So we want to get in there, make sure we're getting into all the pools and crevices, because that's what's going to pick up on the eyes and everything else. Okay, so as we can see, flesh is applied very nicely. Went back and hit the head again to make sure that we're getting any spots. Looks like it withdrew from a little bit there. Let's fix that real quick. Next up, we're going to go ahead and do the jumpsuit. I've decided to go with a Militarum green. So I'm going to actually do a 1-to-1 with medium, just to kind of thin it out a bit and give it a little bit more of a warmer appearance. So let's see how this looks. Alright, so the jumpsuit's looking pretty good, but that's going to have to dry a bit. Moving on, though, we can go ahead and hit the gun and the boots with a bit of gray. So we're just going to use Basilicanum gray on these. Alright, now that those are done, we're going to finish up the model with just some Snakebite leather onto the packs. And since my Snakebite leather is a little dry, I'm going to do a 1-to-1 with contrast medium just to refresh it a little bit. And then we're going to hit the belt and the gun holster. Alright, so I touched up a couple spots of green there, and as we can see, Raul is all done. Pretty simple, quick paint job that can be used for any ghoul, really. Now, for his base, we've got a toaster with a screwdriver next to it, since he is a repair guy. So we're going to paint all of that up along with the base. This looks to be like a piece of drywall, I think, next to him. It's very hard to tell, but that's how we're going to paint it up. And then for the ground itself, I think we'll just stick with our yellow to keep it all together. This isn't, I think this is more of a dirt floor because it's very flat as opposed to texture. But we will see how that looks. Alright, as we can see, Raul is completed. The base is all done. I actually decided to go with a concrete scarred floor, as he's usually engaged interior locations. That made more sense. Skin came out great. All the nice details and folds are showing up. So yeah, that is our last model for Spooky Month, and a nice tribute to one of my favorite actors and his voice actor, Danny Trejo. So we'll see what we come up with for the month of November, and talk to you all later.